So I want to get into some additional details on how the strategy would operate, kind of set up the way that I've just shown you. So let's say I have the strategy on, and for whatever reason, this is my first trade of the day. The strategy triggers me into a long trade. My stop is at the base of the indicator roughly with the 160 ticks. The market goes up a bit. My strategy's running. I have it long and short mode. It's on, it's running, it's doing its thing, and then I get a short trade. And let's say I've done nothing at all. Now, actually, in this case, the market went over my amount of risk in my intended direction. So the stop would have moved to break even plus. So I'd have a stop roughly in this area price. Market comes down, rotates down, and right about the time it's just about to hit my stop at break even plus, it fires off a short trade. The automation will cancel out that trade. It'll take it flat and it'll now put me in a short position, and my stop is right there at the base of the indicator. Now I'm short. My break even plus threshold is somewhere out here. So I have 160 ticks of risk, 160 ticks break even threshold. I'm in the trade and it lifts, 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 misses my stop maybe by 4, 5, 6 ticks, whatever. Then it comes down, and that's why I say the minimum distance you should ever put your stop, unless you're on something highly optimized that you've done yourself, done your own optimization, and it's very dialed in, whatever. I'm just talking about the basics here. This gives me just enough breathing room to have some amount of risk on, not too much, but on the average winning trades, I'm personally getting over 3 to 1. So my average losers all tied together to my average winners, the net effect is I'm 3 to 1. So my average losses day after day after day of all losing trades to my average winners, the way that I'm trading it, I'm little over 3 to 1. Hey, that's fantastic. So that means for right now, this time frame in these current market conditions, it's pretty darn good. I can just sit right there. Now, I'm sure I could find some more optimized settings if I took the time to do optimization, which eats up a lot of time, so I could get even more dialed in. I'll do that. I just don't have the time. Got a whole bunch of indicator builds in play. I got leg injuries I'm trying to wrap up the healing on. I got some other big stuff that'll be announced for the group. So I got a lot of irons in the fire right now, almost like I always do. But I'm trying to get all of this new stuff done, built, deployed well ahead and get my legs healed well ahead of the holidays. So, I got about a month and a half to go or a month and 3 weeks to go, and we're into the holiday season starting. So I want all this stuff all done, deployed, new indicators and some other ideas I have for the program. So anyhow, the key is though, I'm in that first short trade. I was long, automation flipped me to short. We'll see I made 4 or 5 ticks in the first trade, so basically that was a scratch trade. Second trade I'm in the second trade. It lifts, almost blips me out, rotates, starts trading my intended direction, and then there's another signal. What happens? Nothing. I'm already in a trade. The automation will not allow a secondary entry. So then I'm still in the trade. It's grinding, it's grinding. Then I get another signal. What happens? Nothing. These are sequential signals, short. I'm already in a short. So I'm already in my 5 contract short trade, fully automated. The automation, when it sees a signal, it says, hey, am I in a position? Yes, I am. Disregard. Get another sequential short signal. Hey, am I in a position? I'm getting a signal. Yes, I am. Disregard. Disregard. Then I hit the threshold. Stop goes to break even plus, which is right here. Market keeps trading. Then I get a third sequential signal after the original. The automation says, hey, am I in a current position? Yes, I am. Okay, does nothing. So that's good. We don't want to be loading up on this style of trading. It's best to just hold the first trade, and then, I'm about 2-to-1 in the money. I was 1-to-1, 2-to-1, and somewhere in here I'm getting my daily goal on, let's say at first trade, didn't make anything but 3-4 ticks. Second trade, boom, I'm done. I hit my $700 with the 5 lot. I'm done for the day. I shut down. So how do I shut down? I go over here, I hit flatten button. If I didn't have my daily profit objective, now I did have my daily profit objective on. So when it hits 705 P&L, blip, flattens the trade. I'll go up here, hit the flatten button again just to make sure I'm flat. I'll turn off the automation. And what I do, and I've gotten bit the hard way, this is what I do when I know I'm all done trading for the day. Any chart that I'm running automation, I go on that chart. I'll go into the strategies. This is just for me. You don't have to. I'll go remove that strategy from the chart and hit OK. I want strategies off my damn charts. It's almost like I just don't want anything at all weird to happen where suddenly something happens and I'm not watching it. I've gotten burned on this too many times where I've had a chart where the primary chart I'm trading in, I turn it off, strategy still on. I'm trading maybe the MES and it gets flat, and like a dummy, I forget to turn off the automation. I leave and it fires off a trade and I'm not watching it. So now I have a ritual. When I'm done trading for the day, I remove strategies from charts. And now another thing I do, I only trade on one instrument per platform. Even though you can trade multiple instruments, just for me, my rules, when I get that daily goal, whether I got it from trading the MES and the MNQ at the same time, or maybe I had a gold running on a strat, as soon as I get to my daily goal, shut off the strategies, remove them from charts, because I already have the template saved, so it's not that hard for me to go and reattach the strategy the next day in my morning ritual of getting ready for the trade day ahead, and I make sure I'm safe. Then I have a whole other process where I'll go and I'll check my positions count, make sure I'm not in any positions, go hit my accounts tab, make sure I don't see anything abnormal there. Now I can go turn my feed off or leave it on or whatever. I'm done for the day. So that's something I always do. And you can tell too in the strategies tab, when you pull the strategies off your charts, they're gone. They're not listed anymore. So that's kind of a very important aspect of automated trading. Now, if I'm trading manual trading, I kind of do the same thing. I'll have my chart trader feature open. I'll hit the close button on each account a couple times. I'll go check my positions tab, my accounts tab, make sure I'm absolutely sure I'm not in any positions. But even as, what's really important though, why hit the close button like once or twice, kind of like I'm OCD on each account that I have in play to make sure I don't have some target or stop out far away that I'm not seeing because my chart might be too expanded on too narrow of a price area that I'm missing seeing something that's up here down here. So I just go and I make sure I don't have any open orders, like orders that are pending or sitting, resting orders, and I make sure I'm flat on everything before I cut off feed or close my trade platform altogether. Now lately on my primary machines, NT8 runs the whole time. I never turn it off. I just leave it on. But at the end of each trade day, I make sure everything's shut down and nothing's, no positions are on, no resting orders, no automation is on. I don't want something that's, preventable from biting me and screwing up one of my prop accounts, because I've screwed up probably 20 or 30 prop accounts over 3.5, 4 years of trading futures prop by stupid stuff like that. It's usually I get distracted, somebody calls me, they need me to go save the day, or I got to go run 15 errands and do 15 things for somebody. Uh, that's how my life is. And then I miss something because haste. I didn't focus on closing out everything. Just good, trading bites. If you don't do everything perfect every day, it bites. And I'm saying perfect, meaning a process that prevents you from having stupid stuff bite you. So just some really important food for thought there. Let's get into why I would use long only or short only buttons. There's two times when I do long only mode or short only mode. Number one reason, I see the market coming down to clear out, either test or sweep a key level. And when that happens, I want to be a buyer. Or maybe it's a resistance level, I want to be a seller. So if I see the market rapidly approaching a key level and I don't want to take any shorts in here, I only want to be long, I can put the automation real quick in long only mode. So now the automation's on. I'm during the US cash session hours. I'm in the time window I've selected, and I'm in long only mode. And bars go by, I'm like, ooh, I just got a big level sweep. So there should be a nice reaction, 1 to 2 oscillating reactions to that level sweep. Boom, I get a signal, and the market or the automation puts me into a trade. Market order, I have a stop in play, and now I'm in the trade. Now, this is why it's important to cover this. I'm in the trade, I'm automated. I now need to kind of manage this trade, meaning if I get a big fast lift and then it reverses, since I'm in long only mode, the strategy isn't going to blip out my trade on a counter signal. So I need to manage this to a point, because being in one mode, like long only or short only mode, I don't get the benefit of any counter signal suddenly putting me into a trade in the opposite direction. So if I'm trading something like this, I know it's going to be a quick reactionary where I might get a very significant, huge move out of it. You just don't know. Now, I don't do a lot of buy only mode. I tend to do a lot, probably if I'm in one direction mode, about 80% of the time I'm playing short side. Market's hitting a key level or breaking into new highs, I'll fade it a bit, I'll put it in short mode. Or the market has to come down to a level that is like I'm really think is significant for me to go long only mode. But this week I was in long only mode, probably the most I've ever been, and it worked out. So anyhow, I'm long only mode, and this was one of the days on one account. I put it in long only mode only because we were just out of the open. I wasn't surprised they ran it down a bit, thinking they're just going to turn right around and buy this thing since they swept. I don't remember where the level was, but there was some sort of a key level. We swept it. So now I see that counter signal and I'm long. I just need to hit the flatten button. No sense being long when I have a short mom signal. This thing could rip way down. So, I'm back here. I hear the audible tone. Oh, flat. Now I'm flat. Okay, that's okay. The automation's still on. I make sure I'm in long only mode. And I'm sitting and sitting. Okay, now I'm noticing, are we going to retest that low? Like, are we going to trade lower than that low? No, so far not. Oh, look, I got a W pattern forming. Oh, I'm long. Boom, automation would put you long again. So the automation is putting you long again with a stop. So now I got to be Johnny on the spot. I got to watch this thing, because there's not going to be any sudden short signal. The automation's not going to put me in the short trade. In other words, flattening the long trade. I'm long, and it stalls out. I don't like this. I'm blipping out of it. Okay, going flat. Okay, I'm still in long mode. Another signal. And then, oh, wow, that one worked. So that's why we have long and short mode to give you the option to work one directional trades.